got up before dawn just to bring you
Top of the morning from beautiful downtown Boston.
Top of the morning. Top of the morning to all of you. Hi, top of the morning. Top of the morning.
Welcome everybody. This is Jerry Gietka for the Top of the Morning show at the top of the World Trade Center. And we're here talking to an old friend today, John Carrington. And I'm looking at something here right in front of me. It says John Carrington Magic Show Publishing.
Oh,
so
yes.
You're into a new venue, a new venture.
I decided that I've been doing magic for 35 years. And I
You're
love
not
the
gonna stop doing magic.
Well, I got a captive audience. They lock the doors and the audience can't get out. So, and I figured, well, if I'm going to do something that's going to grab people's attention, it might as well be worthwhile. So I decided to sort of make a segue into magic with a message. And this particular book is one that's been on my heart for years and years. Calculator Magic Made Easy. I fell in love with math when I was in college.
Well, I'm sure for most people, if you make math interesting and exciting, that will be magic.
That's the whole goal. And I wrote the book because I found that I was struggling with math, but it was my attitude that was in the way. In other words, if your attitude is bad, then pretty soon your performance reflects your attitude. And I've always assumed that magic was that math was one of these areas.
I'm trying to think for a minute, what is my attitude towards math? And what is my attitude towards magic? And they don't really compute. Compute, there we go.
Well, I tried to combine the two. I felt, I had a stat course I had to pass. It took me 3 attempts to pass this course. But on the 3rd attempt, I stumbled into a bookstore and I found
It took you 3 times to pass a course on statistics, which is all that says
I hated math. I hated math, and I assumed failure at the beginning of every attempt. And I finally found a book full of little tricks and jokes that used a pocket calculator. I started playing with the thing, and I started to say, whoa, this stuff isn't so harsh and bitter and drudgery. It's really fun. And I started playing with the numbers and playing with multiplication, division, subtraction.
Now you found one of these things,
Yeah.
and you found a way to make it fun?
$1 pocket calculator. And you press the keys in a certain way, and it becomes a video game, an electronic game. You could actually put certain numbers into this calculator and then read the numbers upside down and you'll spell a word. People at home could try this. You could
well, why don't you show us something?
I'll tell you what, I'll just turn it on, which is easy to do because most of them come with directions to say hit this button to turn it on. And I could even do that. I'll put in 10, 77, 34. And if you turn the display upside down,
let's show them what we're talking about first.
All right, there it is.
10, 77, 34.
Okay, 10, 77, 34.
And that did what?
And you turn the display upside down, and the word hello appears because that's what numbers look like when they're upside down. They spell letters. They have letters of the alphabet. And of course, that's the word hello.
So you can say hello in math.
Welcome to the world of Calculator Magic Made Easy. That's the title of the book. And the book is available on Amazon, Amazon.com. You can punch in CalculatorMagicMadeEasy.com. Or if you're in the Baltimore area, you can buy the book at the American Visionary Art Museum. It's on display and on sale there. Or you can go to the National Great Blacks and Wax Museum and purchase a copy. Or you can go to the Expressions bookstore at world famous Lexington Market. And the book is available there at Expressions. Is there
any place I can't get it? I mean, geez.
Well, I'm out of copies here, but you can go online.
If we walk on the street downtown, we'll surely find somebody else.
You can go to my website and get the book. And that website, of course, is CalculatorMagicBook.com. CalculatorMagicBook.com.
Now, this book is so many pages long, and there are lots and lots of things in here other than the hello.
Oh,
how did you come up with all these ideas?
Well, I fell in love with math at that point in my life, and I started collecting tricks that were done with paper and pencil from 50, 60, 100 years ago. These were tricks that people did because they were entertained with numbers and they were bored on a long trip. And they would actually sit down and do little number configurations and then turn the page upside down. And the handwritten numbers
I usually sleep,
would actually look like the letters spelling words, and they would play games with pencil and paper and subtraction and addition. I've always had a theory. If you spend enough time in a barber shop, you'll get a haircut. If you spend enough time playing with arithmetic,
spend a whole lot of time in the barbershop, John. I'm sorry.
well, that time is kind of cut short.
I mean, unless you're reading a magazine.
Those days of a long haircut are gone. Right now, it's a shape up on the sides. But basically,
so when you were younger,
basically, you end up going to the arithmetic and a calculator, and you spend enough time with arithmetic, and you will get multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition. And that's what happens. You know, a funny thing happened on my way to learning how to read. I discovered comic books, and at the age of 7, probably my only bad report from the teachers was that he brought a comic book to school. Well, I was reading something, and I was always 2 grade levels ahead of everyone else in my various classes all the way through school. I had a vocabulary. I had the knowledge that a dictionary is a way to figure out how words should sound or find out the meaning of words. I got excited about reading, and I could read. I mean, I was one of the best readers, loved reading.
I know exactly what you mean, because I was the only 6-year-old that could spell guerrilla warfare from reading Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos.
Exactly. And if you let children be children, in other words, make it fun, they will learn much better. Right now, Baltimore City Public Schools are challenged to rate the teacher's pay scale with the achievement of the children. Well, if you're just training the children from 9 to 3, and then they go home and do nothing to reinforce what you taught them, then chances are, at the end of the school year, your evaluations will be a little on the low side. But if you can get the children excited about a subject like math, they will not only learn between 9 and 3 o'clock, but when they go home, here they are with an inexpensive $1 store calculator, playing around with arithmetic, having fun doing magic tricks, playing games, solving puzzles. Then pretty soon the children are excited about math to the point where they're doing math 24/7, and your grades will indicate
you've been involved with the children in your magic and in your acting and the other things.
Oh, yes.
So I assume that you've tested a lot of these things out with the children?
Personal experience. I've taught magic classes in Howard County Public Schools, after school programs, and one of the components of the magic classes is math magic.
Okay.
Math magic as a way of entertaining yourself and entertaining others. And I stumbled onto the calculator magic as being a part of that particular process. The children got so excited about the calculator math, some of them were inventing their own magic tricks.
Really?
These are children who take
cool.
multiplication, division, subtraction, and addition, and putting it together in a way to create special numbers or create words. And of course, if you understand...
Now, how old were these children?
3rd grade and up. I did, one year I had a couple 2nd graders. The only difference with 2nd graders is that 2nd graders really believe that there's something magical that's going to happen. And when they have a little trouble, a little difficulty, they get a little frustrated. They can't understand why the Harry Potter kind of a magic can't happen. But everything that we teach...
That's a good question. I would like that to happen as well.
Well, we all do. But the reality is that somewhere there's a spring, a wire, a trap door, or a logical answer for anything that I teach or I do. And of course, this electronic marble, very inexpensive, comes from a dollar store, can become a tool for encouraging children to get number excitement. Number excitement. I think that's a great thing for children to get excited about numbers and math.
I was fortunate enough, John gave me a gift, a copy of his book and a copy of a calculator, which is great because I don't think I could have fit this one in my pocket, John.
That's a little awkward.
It's a little big, indeed.
Well, I carry one in my pocket here, and this is one that can be offered with the book if you contact me at calculatormagicbook.com. I can send you this right here for free. It's an amazing little pocket calculator. Press that button and it opens up automatically, and it has all the functions that you can use to do the various calculator tricks that are in the book. And it's got a nice large screen that can reflect what it is you're trying to achieve, and you can share this with your friends, your family. I like to say, entertain your family and fool your friends.
I think I might do it the other way around, but that's, well, you haven't met my family, what can I say? Anyway, John, you have spent a lot of time working with children both on this project and in the past on your other projects as well.
I spent 11 years with the University of Maryland as a 4-H agent in Baltimore City. And my job there was to teach adults how to work with children, but ultimately you end up working directly with the young people yourself. I was the camp director for 11 years at the 4-H summer camp, and that was like 2 weeks of overnight camping in Rocks, Maryland, up in Harford County at the overnight camp facility there. And I was the director, and I had to plan activities. When it rained, you had to have a rainy day plan.
You have to keep them interested.
Exactly. And so I was constantly challenged to hold children's attention. And as I wrote the book, I built in a lot of those experiences that taught me that you can't bore them and expect to hold discipline.
Well, that would also be
attention.
true with adults as well, but children are an even bigger challenge.
Oh my goodness. Children are very truthful with you. If they don't like you, they'll come out and tell you that. And if they're bored with what you're doing, they'll get up and leave. Adults are very polite. Oh, that was very nice. Children will get up and leave in the middle of your act, and they'll tell you, don't expect me to come back. So you really have to have your whole approach on point. I start off with a very simple approach to calculator magic. We do the simplest tricks first. There are 80 tricks in here. Simplest tricks, the ones that are easy for even a child in second or third grade to do. You punch a few keys, you make something happen, you look at the display, and you go, wow. And then the next trick is a little bit more challenging.
Actually, I think that's one of the tricks, isn't it? You get wow to come up with it.
That would really be a trick, because there's a set of alphabets that can be spelled using the calculator. There are others that you have to use your imagination on. The book is available at Amazon.com. Amazon.com, punch in Calculator Magic Made Easy. And
at the Women's Heritage Center, and from anybody on the street vendors selling it on the side.
I haven't gone there yet.
Okay.
Jerry, you're the guy I need to talk to about hooking that up. Street sales. So the book is also available on my website, which is calculatormagicbook.com. Calculatormagicbook.com.
So what's the next book, John?
Next book, I was thinking about doing classic magic tricks made easy. Classic magic tricks made easy. So many times magicians want to learn a magic trick, but they learn all the complicated things that some master magician developed 75 years ago. And sometimes the language is very flowery and very long and drawn out, and you're giving
So are you going to wear a mask when you give away all these secrets?
Well, this book will probably be more for the people who are in the magic fraternity. Okay. So it won't be a general public kind of a book. It'll be how to pull money out of the air, how to link those rings together.
I think you could sell a lot of that book if you actually sold it to the general public and told them how to pull money out of the air.
Well, that's a classic trick. That trick is over 300 years. Well, actually, it's over thousands of years old. The first coinage that was ever developed, there was somebody who took that coin and made it disappear and reappear. I will demonstrate what happens. Somebody in ancient Rome got a shekel or a coin with Caesar on it, and they did something with it that made people go, wow, how did you do that? Well, it was all because of the development.
I won't tell you, I just saw how he did
all of the development. All of the development that happens when you practice using a coin. Well, those are the secrets that magicians get, and sometimes it's over-explained or it's not explained sufficiently. I want to use concise language in a short and abbreviated form that will show people exactly how to do the classics in magic.
Thank you, John, for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing your enthusiasm and your confidence about magic in lots of ways to our audience out there watching.
Thank you, Jerry.
Say goodbye, John.
Bye-bye, John.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye, everybody.
That was interesting talking about this.
Okay.